Hey Cancer, this is a love reading for the month of May. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, May 2019. This is the second time I'm doing this video. I was doing it on the live, but on the private link, and it froze. And so I'm doing it again this way. Hopefully it won't freeze on me this time. I'm very annoyed because Cancer, you guys had a very juicy love reading. You guys have some crazy soap opera stuff going on. So I'm going to do this again. Your cards are already pulled, so I'm just going to run through them and explain one by one. So your first card that you got for your reading, hi, welcome, was Knight of Cups. And so the way that I was reading this card was that Cancer, you guys are coming into your water energy. You're coming into your emotions. You're coming into these feelings. There's some kind of a love affair that is brewing or bubbling that maybe in the beginning you're not taking very seriously. You're not taking this as something that you're very serious about, or that I don't want to say you're not serious about. You just maybe feel like it's a crush, but maybe you're not expecting it to go anywhere. But we pulled clarifiers, and it actually ends up being a very intense connection because we have the Emperor and we have King of canes coming in together. So this is a lot of fire energy. This is like very passionate soulmate connection. Okay. And so this is coming in a way that's maybe challenging you to look at your love relationships or what you think about love, because that's how I feel about the Emperor. The Emperor comes in with a lot of passion, a very strong connection, but he's very, very independent, right? So this isn't necessarily a relationship that comes in with a lot of codependency or clinginess. Those things aren't going to work with that Emperor kind of energy. Yet there's a lot of passion and there's a lot of connection. Okay, for many people, the sense or the feeling that I was getting was, this is not someone you see yourself with. This is not somebody that you were expecting to come in. It kind of comes in as a really big surprise. So either what's happening for some of you is you're in a relationship and that person may also be in a relationship, but there may be a very strong sense of temptation. For other ones of you who are single, this person who's coming in is coming in a way where it's just like it's not someone you would have seen yourself with, and you may know that your friends and family are not going to like this person, or they're not going to understand why you all are into each other or what you see in this person. Not because they're not attractive, not because they don't have good things going for them, but outwardly you all seem very different. But what's pulling you together is this very strong past life connection, this very strong, even like karmic connection. And I know some people cringe when they hear karmic soulmate because they're expecting the worst, but you have to understand not all karmic soulmates are bad soulmates. Actually, I don't want to say any karmic soulmate is a bad soulmate, but they don't all come in with a painful lesson. We're used to hearing karmic soulmate and thinking, oh my God, painful lesson. And that's not the case. There's some karmic soulmates that come in with a very high vibration, or come in with a lot of gifts for us that are actually pleasant. So this is what's pulling the two of you towards each other. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of connection. And then the next clarifier here is the Justice card. So as we look at the Justice card, look, she has to balance that hat with those flowers. So it's balancing the logic, balancing the mind with the imagination, the emotions, the romance, the feelings. You're having to put your head and your heart in check, because this is so tempting you to just jump in head first. So much fire here. You're wanting to jump in head first. So much to the point, like, people who are committed might be looking into like a legal divorce, or looking into like legally separating themselves to be with this person. And so this is like, you have to stop and you have to think about this. Don't walk into this blindly. Really look at, weigh the options here. Because even though there's this very strong connection, you don't want to jump in too soon. Even if you know this is the right person, you don't want to jump in too soon. But I feel like somebody was messing around, they were playing around, and they got in head over heels before they even knew what hit them. Okay? Your next card here is, let's clear these out of the way. Your next card here is King of Swords. And if you remember, I was saying some people who are in a committed relationship, they may really be into that whole legal thing, because King of Swords can sometimes mean a lawyer, but King of Swords is somebody who's preparing for action, right? He's got his shield here, he's got his sword, he's thinking, he's coming up with his master plan, how he's going to move forward in a way that's going to benefit him, how he's going to be able to protect himself. So some of you are looking at things like assets. Some of you are looking at things like, how to protect certain money. Maybe some of you are dealing with a person who's really getting ready to jump in with you, and they might be looking at prenup type stuff, or you're looking at prenup type stuff. But this is like really looking at the legalities, really looking at the plan, really looking how to move forward and to bring this into reality. I feel like it's moving forward so quickly, uh, that this person is really trying to take a step back and figure out the best way to proceed in a way where everybody's going to be okay, or where it's going to work out for everyone. The next card here we have is Nine of Swords. And usually when we see Nine of Swords, we freak out because we think insomnia, we think fear, we think anxiety. But in this particular deck, the way that they did this card, if you read the booklet and if you study it, it's very interesting. It's a card about illusion and fear, but it's also a card about the whole thing here, the whole aspect of what you're receiving and what you're giving up, and the way that it looks to you, the way that you're receiving it, the way that you're perceiving it. This person who's coming in, you all are really swept up. You are so swept up off your feet, and it's mutual. They feel the same way. But for some of you, some people are walking away from a family, and that's a really, really big decision to make. And so that really needs to be thought out. Is this really going to be in the best interest of everyone? And if so, how can it be done in a way to cause minimal damage? For other ones of you, you may be walking away from a way of life. You may be walking away from, like, you may be losing the support of friends or family. And so you're really having to think about, like, is this going to be like what I'm giving up? Is it worth I'm receiving? So even if you feel very strongly that, yes, this is the person for me, this is who I'm meant to be with, you need to look at what's lying ahead of you and the obstacles that are going to be lying ahead, because you need to be prepared for them. Okay, you do have two of uh uh canes here, so this could be partnership. It could even be somebody coming in and giving advice or trying to help. And so there's this whole energy here of trying to work it out or trying to make it happen. Welcome, guys, those of you who are watching me live. I'm sorry, I'm powering through this. I was doing this on the private option so I could load it, and it kept freezing on me. So I went public hoping that it won't freeze on me. This is like the third time I'm doing the reading. So I do see your comments, but I'm just powering through the reading, my dears. You're welcome to watch. Maybe at the end I can look at a few of the comments and respond, but I'm gonna be mostly reading. Good morning. And then here you have the moon. So this is the romance, this is the sneaking away, this is the falling in love, this is the creativity. I'm even sensing feeling travel. There may even be secret meetings, there may be sneaking away together to talk, there may be trying to travel to get to know each other better. But I do feel there's these meetings in secret, so much so that I feel a lot of people in your life are not even gonna know that you're with this person, that you're seeing this person. You all are really, really doing this on the down low, to the point and to the extent that when it does come out into the light, people are going to be shocked. They're going to be surprised. And I think for some of you, they're going to be shocked about who you're with. And I think for some of you, they're just overall just shocked because they had no idea. They didn't know that there was a relationship. They didn't know that something was going on. So they're very just kind of like, oh my goodness, like where did this come from, right? So this secret meeting is becoming this really strong connection that's actually moving through, empowering into something a lot more. Okay, so much so to the point where, and this made me giggle it when I was shuffling live. I could not have picked a funnier thing. I was saying it was so much in secret that people are going to be so shocked when you guys are together. And then I pulled the clarifier, and what popped up but Four of Swords. I'm not Four of Swords, I'm sorry, not, that's a whole nother energy. Four of Canes, Four of Wands, which is wedding or planning for a wedding. So these secret meetings or these secret get-togethers, you guys are covering a lot of ground really fast. So there's already these plans, these ideas to be together. Some of you may be getting engaged. Some of you may be running off and eloping. Some of you may just kind of be planning for a wedding. One thing I want to say though is I really need to emphasize this. So many people get very frustrated because they're like, well, May came and went and I didn't get married, or I didn't get engaged, or I didn't meet anybody. Because I say sometimes maybe you're just meeting the person that you're going to have this story with. And maybe it's not happening in May, but you're meeting the person in May. And they're like, well, I didn't meet anybody that I'm dating. Okay, well, maybe you met their best friend, or maybe you met their cousin, and maybe they're going to invite you to something to next month where you're going to connect and meet with this person. You have to stay in the place of faith, you guys. But this is coming in for so many of you, this person that's coming in, this connection. And for whatever reason, some of you are feeling like you have to do it in secret. But when it comes out, it's a very big surprise to many, many people. Okay, so much so to the extent that for your clarifiers, you have the Tower. Okay, so don't freak out. People are like, what, am I going to get married and divorced in the same week? No, you're not. I'm going to explain it to you. But your clarifiers, you have the Tower. You have Three of Swords. And Ten of Pentacles. So what's happening is when this union happens, this comes out into the open, or you all are together, your life is forever changing. This is a permanent change. This is a relationship. This is a connection where nothing's ever going to be the same again. And some of you are having to make really big decisions very, very quickly. Okay, so some of you are getting married and getting pregnant right away, or some of you are getting married because of a pregnancy, or you're moving far away, or just something is happening where, people are stepping up for many of you, this Three of Swords, and they're making drama. They're making drama about you all being together, right? It could be an ex who's coming in. It could be a family member. It could just be a jealous person who's coming in and like not letting you guys be happy about this. And what I heard when I pulled the card and I was looking at it, I heard character assassination. Character assassination. So I feel like what's happening is somebody that's close to you, somebody who's close to you, is going around saying really messed up things about this person, or for some of you, about you, right? Like they're just going around saying that, you guys are bad, or this person is bad and they're the worst and they're terrible people and this and this and that. And it hurts. It's gonna sting, right? And that's also why a lot of you are having this Tower moment, because you're realizing that you're having to get away from this craziness, right? And so you guys are off and you're manifesting this new life together. A new start somewhere else, I think, for some of you. Maybe for some of you, you're physically moving, right? But I think for a lot of you, you're just kind of focusing on you. You're like, you know what? To hell with everybody else. We're not even going to deal with it. We're going to do us. We're going to focus on us. We're going to be happy. We're going to be in our abundance, and we're going to live our life. And you're starting with each other in a better energy. You're disconnecting permanently from this drama craziness, and you're coming into your abundance together as a couple. Okay, and then next we had the Ten of Canes. So this is completion of a cycle, right? Like the old ways are done. You're completing it. Your work is done. You're ready to go home. You're ready to go home with this person. You've walked through the test. You've walked through the trial. You all are ready to just kind of leave the craziness behind you, leave the hardship behind you, and live happier life. We're going to pull some clarifiers here. So we've got 1 clarifier, 2 clarifier, 3 clarifier. So we've got, well, I don't, oh, it wasn't reversed anyway. I was going to say I don't read reverses, but it wasn't reversed. You've got Ace of Canes. Very much that honeymoon garter type thing, right? You've got the Sun. And you've got 5 of Cups. So some of you, your relationship is strong. Like the relationship is strong, okay? You have passion. You have true love. But this is the thing. Sometimes the Sun card can indicate children, okay? So if you're not ready for kids, and if you're not getting married so quickly because it's not because of a pregnancy, there could be something that pops up fairly quickly. Okay, some of you might be hoping that, okay, well, this will bring families together, or this will make, like now that we're together, people are going to see that we're happy, or they're going to come around. They're still not. I think some of you are just hoping that things are going to die down, and we have 5 of Cups here. There's still people that are just, they're not okay with this. I think what it is, Cancer, is that there's a lot of people that have been depending on you, and you walking away and allowing yourself to have this relationship is disrupting the security of others, because they learned to depend on you, and they don't like losing you. They don't like the fact that you're going off and you're going to be in this relationship and you're having this life outside of them. Okay? And so really, really coming into this energy in this way. And so some of you are gonna have some disappointments in that way. But you know, again, you all are very, very into each other, and you are gonna unfortunately have certain people who are having a hard time with this, or having a hard time accepting this. Your next card here is the World. Okay, so you're happy. You're complete. You're coming into your sense of family. Whether it's you and your partner and a child, or a stepchild, or a fur baby, a puppy, a kitten, whatever it is, you know, you're coming into a sense of family together. You're coming into a sense of completion, that you went through this roller coaster of joy and love and passion and drama from other people. You came through it. You survived it. You came together stronger, right? You established your union. Some of you are even moving. Some of you are like, let's just put some physical distance between us and these people. So let's pull clarifiers for the World card. Oopsie. It would help if I could shuffle. These cards can be slippery sometimes. So let's do it this way. 1 clarifier, 2 clarifier, 3 clarifier. All right. So first and foremost, what do we have? We have got the Star. The Star is making long-term plans. It's actually planning for the future. It's being able to realize that whatever you were going through, the worst of it is behind you. It's a whole new beginning. You're coming into the rest of your life, you know, planning the rest of your life, coming out of the darkness, a shining light, you know, trusting your intuition, trusting your guidance, and just going in the direction that is best for you. All right. The Star is a card of permanence. It's a card of success. It's a card of victory. It's a card of creating, like, you know, so you're creating your future. You're creating your plans. You're creating, you know, what you want the rest of your life to be. It's a very positive card. 10 of Cups. We all want 10 of Cups, right? In a love reading, especially. The thing that I love about this card is like the simpleness and the realistic quality here of the happiness and the joy. right? Like he's just playing music, he's doing something that he loves, he's surrounded by the love of these animals. Like I said, animals or children, whatever it may be for you. And, you know, he's just kind of playing up to her, and she has this nice, sweet, genuine, romantic surprise. And she's just like, ah, for me? Like, she's so happy. She's so touched, right? It's not flashy, it's not like he's trying to buy her love, right? He's doing something genuine from the heart, right? And she's feeling it and she's receiving it. So this is like kind of real, genuine love, right? It's not flashy, it's not fake. It's just being comfortable in your life, enjoying it, being surrounded by comfort, music, you know, warmth. It's just perfection. And your outcome here is King of Coins, stability. Okay, there may even be a business. Maybe you guys are going into business together, or maybe you all um, are really looking at finances. But you know, King of Coins is the stability, it's the finances. So not only are you having this pure kind of love and fulfillment, right? That star, that planning is leading to the financial security as well, right? Long-term financial security. All right, my darlings. So, you may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. I do, for those of you who are cross watching, I do have a cross watching series that I did for mid April to mid May. That's specifically for cross watchers, and I'll do another cross watcher batch in a couple of weeks. But you know, for now, you guys can check out your moon sign and rising sign if you want more love info, because some weeks that will provide a little extra information, some weeks it may resonate more than your sun sign. That happens too. I am available for private readings. The link is in the Calendly link is in the description of the video. And if you haven't already checked out your weekly forecast, guys, do check that out too. I don't just do love. I do the love readings separately from the weekly readings. I think the weekly readings are very important though for the rest of our life, you know, like the other stuff outside of love, because there's a lot of other important things in our lives as well. But I thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Those of you who jumped on and were watching live, thank you for joining me. I know I didn't really get to a lot of the comments. This is the third time I was recording this video, and for whatever reason, when I had it on the private option, it kept freezing on me. But I think it went through this time. I just wanted to power through it and get it out there for you guys.